Oh, very cool.
Oh, is that, which one was it?
The Joss Whedon Star.
That's fantastic. That is great choice.
With Cassidy?
Yeah.
Nice.
Oh, really?
Joss Whedon, yeah. I'm a huge Whedon fan, so yeah.
He's done amazing things. I think he really did a great thing when he got more involved in the comic book industry.
And my question then, I guess, for you and you, to like, as far as like what Whedon's done, I mean, he's been able to retain creative control over his characters, and like as comic adaptation goes, I mean, I remember last night you talking about like you were allowed to draw Spike looking like James Marsden, and they said you can't draw it like James Marsden or something like that.
Actually, with Angel, there's never been any problems with the actors and stuff. That might have been the Ghostbusters thing or something, but Joss is actually pretty involved in the comics. So it's awesome. Like I've actually gotten an email from him before.
That's cool.
Yeah, and it's really nice to know that the person who created it all likes to get involved in every single tiny little part of it, you know. And he had Brian Lynch script it, which was awesome because he personally, Brian I think approached him in like a restaurant in LA or something, and they got together and decided to bring out season 6 as a comic book.
Now, what the problems with the drawing the characters, I'm just going to be a fan right now for a minute. Where did the problems come from? From the actors? Or did it come from corporate? Or did it come from some other source?
Well, the Ghostbusters thing actually was the actors, Dan Aykroyd and Harold Ramis, they have something in their contract to where, besides the game, their faces are not allowed to be reproduced in any kind of books or anything.
Without compensation.
Something like that. And IDW couldn't afford to, compensate them on their price. Ernie Hudson, who's really cool, who actually goes to the conventions, he didn't mind. Bill Murray didn't mind, but it's like they couldn't get in touch with him or something. I wanted to keep my job, so.
So, are you on retainer with these companies?
With the IDW?
Yeah. When you had to redraw these characters, then are you paid to redraw those characters? Or?
Well, not really. I get like a
are
flat
you
fee,
okay.
And it's.
So if you have to draw a panel or pages 10 times or 2 times, doesn't matter. You're paid the same amount.
Unfortunately, it's like you want to get more work, and I don't have any stake in Marvel or DC or any other companies, so it's kind of like this is what I gotta do to pay the bills. And they're really nice. They know if you had to draw like 10 cards or something, I'm sure I could work something out with Chris Rock. He's the one I deal with. But yeah, unfortunately, it's just a flat fee.
Do you work for IDW or are you just like freelance?
It's freelance, but all the stuff I do is for IDW. But it's vouchers, like I'll voucher every cover. I don't have a
Marvel
contract or
came up to you and
anything.
said, I want you to do X, and you have no contract with IDW.
I would jump at it. Obviously. But I like these books so much that I wouldn't mind staying with them as long as I can pay my bills.
You've just been doing covers. That's what you said last night. You haven't been doing any continuity?
I did a short story in issue number 7 of Angel, the Wesley story, 11 pages, and then I did issues 9 through 11, interior art. But the problem with that was I'm fairly slow when it comes to the art, and I had someone else inking it, and in the end it didn't really feel like something I drew, and I wanted to continue because that's more money, off 22 pages compared to one cover. But it's really kind of blossomed with the covers, and I get to work on a lot of things I really enjoy now. Things, childhood favorites and stuff like that.
And for me personally, I think it was the painted cover you did. I don't think you have it written. The painted cover you did for Angel, it was issue 17 and 19. I thought that one was absolutely phenomenal. I saw your name on it when I was at the comic shop that particular week. My wife, who was very involved in the arts, who was usually not very easily impressed.
I met her yesterday. Thank you.
So, to me, that always says a lot. So, what about for you, Mr. Katt? When obviously you're a co-writer on the book right now, what kind of instructions do you give your artists about drawing, the character that you portray? Is that anything that you detail in a script, or?
Yeah, it's pretty detailed in the script what I want. When we write the books, we set panel 1 and give a description of what it is and what takes place, and then we write the dialogue. And this is what happens in panel 2. And we have flexibility in that we know with the artist, you know, we have good communication that if they want to do something different, and they say, oh, I have a better way of drawing this, incorporate everything and make it kind of cool, I'll let them do that. You know, that's what we've done. We'll take more liberties doing that with Sparks and Mythology Wars that we've been working on. It's not out there. With Greatest American Hero, the artist that's drawing that COMICFEST is, we're pretty specific about what we want, and we keep the parameters pretty tight. We're not sure, our contract with Clint is over, so we're not sure what we're going to do. We're looking around at some other other business models. I'm speaking with Boom, and obviously we like their business model that they have. And we talked with Ted and his CFO down there about working with them. They have some ideas what they might want to do if we're in bed with them.
So the question, I guess, about the actual artist. Do you want the likenesses to look like Ralph Hinckley from the show, or do you want them to just look like comic book characters?
No, from the show right now.
Okay.
And that's what Stephen Cannell had asked for.
Okay.
Our deal with Stephen Cannell is that he gets, the only thing he told us is that he takes he gets 11% of gross for the licensing. And we made a separate deal with Bob and Connie for their likenesses, but they're all in, because they're just good people. And it's the classic Greatest American Hero, because Steve wants to do, and he has every intention of doing in the next year, a new Greatest American Hero with a new cast. So we can't have just generic comic book characters.
So it's original.
Right, so the idea is that we have the classic Greatest American Hero, like Gene Roddenberry took. We have the old Star Trek, and then we have the new incarnation, and now he has a third one coming out, which is probably going to be the coup de grace, and the best of all of them. It looks awesome. So we're going to do the classic. We'd like to do an animated series, and but he's going to do a new version. We talked about Owen Wilson, or maybe Shia LaBeouf, or one of the young kid to do the hero, and maybe a Bobby De Niro to do the FBI agent, who would be awesome. But he wants us to keep our likenesses intact.
I actually watched the panel that you were on the internet from Comic-Con, talking about how the show started to take directions that you didn't necessarily want, or
That's
something.
correct.
Is that what you're trying to change in the comics?
Yeah,